what are your general impressions on Michigan?
They're a very good football team, and they play with a purpose. Very physical on defense. Their secondary tackles very well. Big, strong, tough defensive line. Very sure, about their business. Where they line up at, what they're hanging their hat on. Very impressed with their defensive football team. Offensively, they have a ton of weapons. A big, good offensive line. Talented offensive line. Obviously Denard Robinson can do some things to change the outcome of any football game, and they have a host of players around him that they can feature throughout the course of the game as they produce their offense. So they're a very, very good football team, not just from a talent standpoint or not just from an execution standpoint. I think they do very well at both, but I think they play with a purpose, and they play with a lot of emotion and enthusiasm, and they play to win, and they're physical and fast, and a very, very good football team.
Danny, with a quarterback like Denard Robinson, do you have to? You want to put pressure on him, but you have to be careful when you do it. In other words, because of his running ability.
You have to be sound from a defensive standpoint. If everything is geared to stop Denard, then you reduce the potential to defend the rest of their offense. So you have to be really sound with your calls. Everything can't be geared just to stop Denard. He's a great player. He has a good arm, a live arm. We evaluated him as a high school prospect and really liked him as a passer, liked him as a great athlete. Obviously, you have to do some things. You have to be smart with your rush lanes. If you get out of your rush lanes and he sees the big opening, he sees the C's depart, then he's going to take off with the ball, and then it's really hard to catch. So he adds a whole new dimension to the ball game. You have to do some things to make sure that you can try to minimize his production some. But if everything's geared just to stop him, then you disregard the other great players on their offensive football team, and that can really get you in trouble. So it's going to be a challenge for our defense. They can come out and get in two-backs, and they can feature two-back runs. They can come out and feature runs that are designed just for Denard. They can come out and feature plays that he has a choice to either hand the football off or throw it out on the perimeter. They have plays and formations and groupings that can feature Denard as a runner with all the zone read options and outside run read options that you can manufacture from any shotgun offense. So they present a lot for our defense to have to defend.
The opportunity you have. Obviously, you're going to win every Big Ten game, but Michigan, opening game, if you want to be a contender, you want to win a championship, I mean, just talk about the opportunity this presents.
Well, it's a fantastic opportunity for our football team, our program, all of the Boilermaker Nation. It's not necessarily a do-or-die situation. There's still a lot of good football to be played, and obviously there seems to be a lot of parity in the league, we're in a different division, but this win certainly counts. But it would be huge for our football team to get another win in Ross-Age Stadium, to continue to be undefeated in Ross-Age Stadium, and a win over a quality opponent like Michigan would be just fantastic for our team and our program. So a big game, and obviously the only one that we can focus on at this point in time.
Are you closer now back to kind of, for lack of a better term, that traditional one quarterback use as opposed to the two or three quarterback system we were talking about a few weeks back, or do you still think you've got that option in your toolbox to go to two or three quarterbacks?
Well, we still have the option, I think, now that Rob Henry is becoming healthier, that we can use a two quarterback or a multiple quarterback system, if you will, with both of the quarterbacks in the huddle at the same time. Or we could play Rob Henry some at quarterback. That's a little bit different plan than compared to when we had Rob Henry on the shelf coming back from an injury, and two very capable drop-back quarterbacks that could probably execute a very similar offense, and both of them ready to play and experienced, and seniors that had played and won. So, obviously we're much more focused in right now on Caleb being the guy, based on how the season has unfolded. Again, being a little bit disjointed at the quarterback position, and last Saturday was good that we had Caleb in the game, and he was playing well, and he was getting better, and right now he is the best quarterback for our football team going into the game this Saturday. But don't count the others out. Again, Robert Marr is a fantastic talent, and if for some reason Caleb isn't hitting on all cylinders, or something happens that we have to and we need Robert to play in the game, we won't hesitate. And there's obviously a plan to get Rob Henry involved in the game as well.